The prophet, because he is the recipient of the communication, God, of course, he believes and understands that there is only one God. There's only one omnipotent being. But the vast majority of humanity don't have that experience. How do they know there's a God? It's a slight, it has a semblance of comparison. You have a professor of medicine, and he's known, he's renowned in his field of neurology. There's no expert as he is. And he teaches the subject of neurology like no one teaches it. When the students who have undergraduate medical education and they're ready, they are doctors at a certain level, but they haven't specialized in this area. But understanding who he is, because this professor has credibility of one of a kind, that all the experts say that he is the expert, immediately he assumes a position that what he says is fact in the field of neurology. The prophet, because of his dimension of being, because of what he's accomplished and what he's able to accomplish, a prophet, because of his dimension of holiness, could perform miracles. He could alter nature. And of course, when he alters nature, it's only for the sake of God. That's why God allows him to override the natural system and to improvise and to take the flow of energy and allow it to manifest itself differently. An example, Talmud discusses, he was a holy rabbi who lived during the Second Temple period. His name was Reb Hanina ben Dosa, Rabbi Hanina, the son of Dosa. And he had a daughter-in-law. And a Jew lights candles for the Sabbath, the holiday. And she didn't realize she had no olive oil, and she had a receptacle filled with vinegar. And she put the wick in this flask of vinegar rather than oil, because she didn't have oil. And she realized Sabbath was about to begin, and she realizes what's going to illuminate her house. And her father-in-law, Rabbi Hanina, the son of Dosa, senses she's a little bit disappointed, she's down. And he asks her, what's the problem? What's the issue? She says, I have no oil. I have no olive oil. I have vinegar. And I put the wick into the vinegar. How's it going to burn? So he said to her, just as God decrees that oil shall burn, God could decree that vinegar shall burn. And he says to her, why don't you try it? And she lit the wick in the vinegar. And this flask of vinegar burnt longer than if it would have been oil, olive oil. It burned till after the Sabbath. That when they said the benediction with the outgoing of the Sabbath, which we call Havdalah, they used that candle, that light, to declare the blessing on the fire. He was not a prophet. This was not in the era of prophecy. There's no question he was divinely inspired, but a prophet he was not. But who was this man? This man was a very holy man. He was so holy. He had such belief and faith in God. And he was so spiritually sound and whole and wholesome that every day there's a heavenly voice that comes out from Mount Sinai, which declares to the world, the whole world is sustained in the merit of Hanina, my son. Although he lives on a diet of a small measure of carob, which is nearly impossible to subsist, but in his merit of his piety, the whole world is sustained. That means every aspect of this man's life is purely invested for the objective and the purpose of creation, only to bring glory to God. So when this rabbi makes the declaration, as God decrees oil should burn, God could decree that vinegar should burn. And when that happens, this elevates God to another level. This person is the equivalent of God's agent. To bring God to the people, to understand there's nothing random in life. Things don't happen arbitrarily, but rather it's with detailed accuracy and evaluation. An unfathomable genius that the Creator wills things should manifest themselves as they do.